Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances of Srila Prabhupada. Welcome devotees to Morning Bhagavatam class. This morning we continue with Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 16, verse 24 again. we get the mercy. We have the mercy and the blessings to hear from Srila Prabhupada again. We had a very nice lecture by Srila Prabhupada yesterday, and it really stirred up a very nice discussion and sharing, and we hope that we will have the same today. And the chapter is entitled How Maharaj Parikshit Received the Age of Kali. Without further delay, we will start the class. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Nishpat Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Sattana Satasima Bhakta Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Kodi Vaishnavinda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Sam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulasi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Swamaveta Bhaktavinda ki jai. All glories to the Asma. All glories to the Asma. All glories to the Asma. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Idam Mama Chakshva Tavadhi Moolam Vasundhare Yena Vikarshitasi Kalena Vate Balina Baliyasa Surarchitam Kim Hritam Amba Saubhagan Idam Mama Chakshvatavadhi Moolam Idam Mama Chakshvatavadhi Moolam Vasundare Yena Vikarshitasi Vasundare Yena Vikarshitasi Kalena Vate Balinam Baliyasa Kalena Vate Balinam Baliyasa Surarchitam Kim Hritamam Vaso Bhagan Surarchitam Kim Hritamam Vaso Bhagan Idam Mama Chakshvabdavadhi Moolam Tavadhi Moolam Vasundare Yena Vikarshitasi Kalena Vate Balinam Baliyasa Surarchitam Kim Hritamam Vaso Bhagan Idam Mama Chakshvatavadhi Moolam Vasundare Yena Vikarshitasi Kalena Vate Balinam Baliyasa Surarchitam Kim Hritamam Vaso Bhagan Idam Mama Chakshvatavadhi Moolam This Mama unto me Achakshva kindly inform Tava your Adhimulam the root cause of your tribulations Vasundhare the reservoir of all riches Yena by which Vikarashita asi reduced to much weakness Kalena by the influence of time Va or Te your Balina very powerful Baliyasa more powerful Sura Architam adored by the demigods Kim whether Hritam taken away Amba mother Sobhagam fortune Mother Are you the reservoir of all? Mother, you are the reservoir of all riches. Please inform me of the root cause of your tribulations, by which you have been reduced to such a weak state. I think that the powerful influence of time, which conquers the most powerful, might have forcibly taken away all your fortune, which was adored even by the demigods.
Idang hi mama achaksha tava adhimulam vasundhare jina vikarchitas kalena vati balinang baliyasa surarchitang king hitamamba sobama. So, kalena means by the time. In the Bhagavad Gita there is sakalena yoganashta parantava. So, time is very powerful. Time is eternal and is very powerful. So the inquiry is, Vasundhare, the reservoir of all riches, whether you have been plundered or taken away of all your fortunes in due course of time. Vasundhare, this planet, there are innumerable planets. This is one of them. And it is referred here, the Surarchitam. Surarchita, Sura means the demigods. And Architam means worshipped. So, the demigods, they live in higher planetary system. Their standard of life is far, far better, thousands and thousands times better. Therefore, when this planet is more opulent, even the demigods, they eulogize, Surarchitam, Shobhagam. That kind of opulence is certainly very great fortune. So all these inquiries are being made because Krishna left this planet. When Krishna was present, so the opulence of this planet was so great that even the demigods in higher planetary system, they are also envious. So that is now, because Krishna is not there, so that opulence is now taken away. So whether you are so much sorry for this purpose. So this planet or any planet, they are all full with opulence. Purnamidam Purnamada. By anything created by God is complete. 7 times I have explained. Just like in this planet we require water. Water is required for cleansing, for cultivating, so many things. Profuse water required. So Krishna has provided this planet, 3/4 part of the planet is full with water. But you cannot utilize it unless Krishna touches. There is scarcity of water, you require so much water. Suppose in the desert, you can pump water from the sea, but that will not be effective. It must be managed by Krishna. The water must be evaporated by the machine, sunshine, and they will be turned into cloud, and when that water is poured, then it will benefit. So you are always dependent on Krishna and His mercy. You are thinking that we shall adjust these material things and become happy. That is foolishness. That is not possible. Maya dhakshena prakriti ishuyate sacharacharam. The Prakriti is there. All the riches are there. Everything is there on the ground. It's like we are getting so many things from this ground. The trees, the plants, the foodstuff, the minerals, so many things. There is everything complete. You see in your garden there are different types of flowers, color, scent, flavor, but where from it is coming? It is coming from the earth. Can you make any scent from the earth? But the scent is coming from the earth, the rose flavor, where from it is coming? It is there. Anyone can understand. But you cannot extract that. Krishna requires his hand. When Krishna is there in the form of seed, Krishna says, Bijoham sarvabhutana. I am the seed of all living beings. The seed. That is just like there is sex. Unless the seed is there is no child. Similarly, unless the seed is there is no plantation. The banyan tree is there because the seed is there. And the rose tree is there because the seed is there. And Krishna claims, Bijoham sarvabhutana. And Krishna's potency are there in the seed. So that different types of seeds producing different types of flowers, fruits, color, flavor. This is Krishna's supervision, Mayadhakshena. So ultimately, time and earth and everyone is abiding by the Lord, by the orders of the Lord. Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravattate iti matta bhajante mang buddha bhava samannita. Buddha, those who are not rascals. Buddha means intelligent. Bodha means intelligence. So, those who are intelligent, they know that everything is supplied by Krishna. So why not depend on Krishna only? Why so many other attempts? Therefore Krishna says, Babushatmika buddhi rekeha kurunandana. Bohushaka hi anantasya buddhi abhyabhushayina. Vyabhushayi means one who knows business, particularly Babusha, or one who knows confidently. This is the cause, this is the effect. Those who know that Krishna is the origin of everything, so they are fixed up in Krishna. Bhavasatmika buddhi, eke, one. Just depend on Krishna. One who does not know this, they depend on so many things. Buddhi abhyavasayana. So, if we want to be Krishna conscious, we shall fix up our mind in Krishna. And how to become fixed up, that art will be given to you by the spiritual master. Therefore Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, in connection with the explanation of this verse, Vyabhusatmika buddhi, he says Vyabhusatmika buddhi means to take the words of the spiritual master as life and soul. That is Vyabhusatmika. That is called Vyabhusatmika buddhi. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that whatever I am ordered by the spiritual master, that is my life and soul. I don't care for liberation. My only business is to serve my spiritual master. And in the song you have just sung, Jiprasade, what is that? Jiprasade? Pure sarva asha. You do not know the meaning. Jiprasade means by his mercy, all our desires are fulfilled. Jiprasade pure sarva asha. So, this is our process. To depend on Krishna. Depend does not mean I shall remain idle. Depend means to work according to the direction of the Shastra, Sadhu Shastra Guru, Bhakya, Tinete Koriya Ukka. Depend does not mean now let me sleep and Krishna will do everything. Depend on Krishna. No, not like that. Krishna never advised Arjuna that you sleep on this chariot, I will Hare Krishna. He never said that. He said you must have to fight. Juddhasya mam anusmara. Fighting you have to do. But you always think of me. This is the success. Not that depend on Krishna means I have to nothing do. So, everything is there. Here it is said that Surarchitam king hitam amba sobhagam. All opulences are there. I have already explained. Anything fortune, there are mines, there are petrol, there are water, everything is there. But as soon as we forget Krishna, then the time will take away everything. Yes. It will not allow. Time will not allow to enjoy. Then there will be strife, there will be misunderstanding. Just like the petrol is there and within this earth. But because we do not know how to use them, therefore there is scarcity of petrol. Petrol is there. We do not know how to use Krishna's property. We are trying to use everything as my own. But factually it is not. Factually it is everything Krishna's. So, if you are Krishna conscious, every one of us, there is no scarcity, no want. Because the things are there already. There is no question of scarcity, but because we have forgotten Krishna, there is scarcity. It is very clear. We have forgotten that this petrol belongs to Krishna. Then it is all right. This land belongs to Krishna. But the Arabians are thinking this land belongs to us. Therefore there is difficulty. So the Krishna consciousness movement is so important. If people simply learn this, that everything belongs to Krishna. Ishavāsamidam sarvam. Sarvam means everything. Not that this much is mine, this much is Krishna's. No, sarvam. Ishavāsamidam sarvam. Jat kinchit. Jagatyam jagat. Tena munjita. Simply we shall use as much He has allotted for us, then there is peace and prosperity without any difficulty. Otherwise, you go on adjusting your material position, the time will take away everything. When you die in due course of time, then whatever position we have got, all finished. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Mrityu sarva harascha aham. I am death. Krishna is everything. So death is also Krishna. Just like here is a picture of Hiranyakashipu, such a great demon, so proud, he was thinking that I am the proprietor of everything. He was chastising his son, doing everything, whatever he liked. But when Nishingadev came, within a second, everything finished. Everything finished. But Prahlad remained the same. Prahlad is not finished. Hiranyakashipu is finished. So those who are trying to be very, very big by material possession, they will be all finished. But you will remain in the position of Prahlada, you will never be finished. Thank you very much.
It is very exciting to hear how Srila Prabhupada's disciples at the end of the class, when Prabhupada ends the class, they're all so enthusiastic with their Haribols. And, of course, I'm sure sitting before a pure devotee of the Lord, must be really, really amazing. Again, it was a short lecture, but a pretty powerful lecture. We can definitely draw a few points from it. I would like to ask devotees if you have any takeaways that you would like to share, anything that you have, something that we can reflect on. And of course, on the East Coast, today is Ekadasi. So this is a very nice start of the day where we are listening to Srila Prabhupada on the auspicious day of Ekadasi and really trying to draw out some key points. So yes, Prakshit, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Jai.
Short lecture, but yes, just like you said, it's also packed. There's so much you learn every time Srila Prabhupada speaks. There's so much to learn. Two things that I noticed, that when he talked about when Krishna was present on the earth has so much opulence that even the demigods in the higher planetary system, who stand up living like thousands of times normally better than the earth, they were envious of it at that time. Krishna provided so much. There is so much. And then he also talked about the earth is 3/4 water, but you cannot use it. It's controlled by Krishna. So when he said 3/4 water, you can't use it. It's controlled by Krishna. My put two and two together, and he was talking about the ocean, the water, the ocean. And he says, we can't use the ocean water like that unless Krishna, it's controlled by Krishna, unless Krishna causes the evaporation of water to the sun. Krishna owns the sun. Then when the clouds form and it rains, then we can use that water. So much of the rain actually is from the sun evaporating the seawater, the ocean water. And then the clouds move from the ocean onto land, and then they pours onto the land, minus all of those salty type chemicals that are in the ocean. Those don't get evaporated. The pure water comes, and then we can use that. So basically, Krishna is the provider of our sustenance, literally. He even talked about the aroma. Aroma is from the earth. And the scent of the rose, they all come from the earth, because the seeds for providing these plants are all from Krishna. He's the provider of everything. So then he said the intelligent know that Krishna, intelligent people know that Krishna is the source of everything. So they fully depend on Krishna. So that was a message to us. We also have to fully depend on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Actually, thank you for sharing that, because I really like your sharing, and from Srila Prabhupada's purport, lecture, when he said that the planet Earth is covered with 3/4 part of water. And if we think of it pictorially, that's a lot of water on the space of this earth. And we think that we are the controllers, because 3/4 is water, 1/4 is land. There's not much land, if we think about it, right? I'm just thinking, pictorially, there's not much land, but we think that we control this 1/4 of this land, because we want to be the controllers. And I was like, whoa, Krishna, we got some, cleaning in our minds to do, to think that, because 1/4 is really nothing if we think about it, And what is so interesting is that even though Prabhupada says that Krishna provided 3/4 of the planet with water, and and then of course then the 1/4 is land. And I was thinking about the planetary system, where Prabhupada mentioned yesterday, 3/4 of it is the spiritual world. The quarter of it is below that. I was like, okay, must be I don't know, to my mind, it must be a coincidence or something, but I was just trying to think about it that way. But and then another point that you mentioned that I really liked, and I was thinking how amazing Srila Prabhupada is, he knew all knowledge. I mean, he so simply explained how the water is evaporated from the sunshine, and then it turns into clouds, and the water pours, and then it rains. That's science. I think that's geography, if I'm not mistaken. Srila Prabhupada knows almost every subject. Like, I can't think of anyone who knows every subject, but Srila Prabhupada is the only one that knows every subject. And that's why he's the ambassador of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the pure devotee of the Lord. So I was really, really appreciating Srila Prabhupada more and more and more. How much he knows everything.
The important things clearly are covered in the Srimad Bhagavatam too. We are really covered there. We can learn practically all subjects in their real, deep, and final messages that the subjects give about what it is from the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's absolutely there. I just wanted to read.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Yes, you're right. Absolutely. The whole 10 Bhagavatam, the 10 to 12 cantos, everything, the 12 cantos, everything is in there. All the subjects are in there. So true. Thank you. Anyone else has a takeaway to share? Any thoughts that's coming to your mind, a reflection, something we learned from this class? One point that I really like to hear, and it's such a reminder to me, is when Srila Prabhupada mentions dependency, because we always think, and I like how Srila Prabhupada says, dependency doesn't mean we just sit idle, like and then he used the example of Krishna telling Arjun, you just sit on the chariot and don't do anything. But I was really appreciating
sleep on the chariot.
Say again?
Sleep on the chariot.
Sleep on the chariot, that's right. That was hilarious.
He was sitting there, he said he was sleeping.
Prabhupada has humor, as he definitely has humor. And I was really remembering a lecture that I had from Srila Prabhupada. And I want to say it must have been about a year ago. One of his lectures, he says that to the degree that we think we are to the degree that we think we are independent, to that degree we are dependent. And I always like to reflect on that, because I think it's a very important point for practicing devotees to realize that we may think we are independent, but we're actually not, because we are completely dependent on the Lord's mercy. While we think we are, I mean, just getting up in the morning is completely Krishna's mercy. We don't have the clock that whether we'll even wake up and see the next morning. So I was really, that was a reminder for me that to the degree that we think we are independent, to that degree we are dependent. So that was, I like to remind myself that every now and then, and really realize that the Lord is who that we have to depend on. So that was one of my takeaways. Anyone else would like to share a takeaway? Any thoughts that's coming to your mind? And yes, Nitya Gopal.
Hare Krishna, Purvi Mataji.
Accept my obeisances, Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhupada. Yes, wonderful lecture. So many good points Prabhupada mentioned in this lecture. Few of them is Prabhupada mentioning, take only what you need, otherwise Krishna will take it away.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
So true.
Right. Yeah. Another point, depend on Krishna.
That point that you just made, Prabhu, is really powerful. Your reflection, take what we need, and then if not, the Lord will take it. Because if we think really deep about that reflection of yours, Prabhu, it really shows that we don't have the right to anything.
Right.
You know, we don't have the right to anything. We don't own anything. We cannot claim more than what we have because everything is given by the Lord, and he will decide how much we get and how much we don't get. But that's a really nice reflection. Very, very deep, Prabhu. Thank you. Go ahead.
Another thing I was thinking, depend on Krishna doesn't mean become idol. As Srila Prabhupada mentioned.
Yes.
Even Prakshit Prabhu mentioned sleeping and not sleeping on the chariot. You have to fight while thinking of Krishna.
He said, you must fight.
Yes,
Fighting you have to do. Exactly. That's also a good point, because dependence, because sometimes, we come across situation, oh, I'm depending on you, so I'll just sit and wait for you. Sometimes I hear that, I'm depending on you, so I'll just sit and wait for you. That is not how it works.
Yeah, that's a little misconception, specifically in like devotional path. People think like when you take a devotion, you don't have to work too much.
I know, Prabhu. That is so funny, right?
Right.
And this is how people get themselves into trouble, because it's piggy. You just have to sit, no, on this planet you work. Because Prabhupada, when he said, that's where we have now, you sleep on the chariot. Of course, he never advised Arjuna to do that, and the Buddha started laughing. But if you look right below that, after Yudhasya Mam Anusmara, fighting you have to do, but you always think of me. This is the success. Mm-hmm.
So
not that depend on Krishna means I have nothing to do. No.
Yes,
so
yes.
We have to work, do honest job, but we also have to understand that all our abilities, Krishna is even the ability in man, everything that we're using is from the Lord. From our bodies, is in fact, Christians put it there, the intelligence, the ability to remember, the ability to forget. So all things are from Krishna. So while we work here, we always depend on the Lord. And that way, but we have to work though, there should be action. Mm-hmm.
Correct.
But then we still understand that the source of our ability to do anything is from the Lord. So then we give all the credit to the Lord while we work.
Yeah.
So that's the point.
Nityagopal Prabhu, have you ever come across situations with some people, in this devotional process where they said, well, I've taken to the Lord, but then nothing is happening. Have you heard that before?
Yes.
I have,
yes.
exactly.
They want the instant result.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instant result by depending and not doing anything.
Exactly. Who has the firm faith in the Lord, he will not ask why this is happening, because the faith itself gives enough things to cooperate with what's happening. Because as per the law, what is happening with us is by our karma. Lord is not bringing anything. He's being merciful. He had opened his door to connect with us.
Yeah.
So, people think like I'm doing devotion and why this is happening. This is not the business of one lifetime. Who knows what we have carrying?
In many lifetimes.
Right.
And we're cleaning up house, it's like trying to clean a house that has not been cleaned for months and years, right?
Right. And specifically, if one is in the conscious of thinking Lord deeply, doesn't matter what situation he's going through, he will feel that connection of the Lord and he will not suffer.
Yes.
Only people who are away from the Lord, they feel they are suffering. But the people who are connected, even though they are going through the situations, they will not feel any suffering.
True. Absolutely. In fact, what you just said is what Saurabh just posted on the chat. He says, I've heard that if you're not trying to better your bhakti, nothing will change. It's similar to your last point, Prabhu, that you just shared. If we don't do anything, then nothing will change.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have to do something.
For material thing, we make so much effort, then this is spiritual. Like, so depending upon how you are taking, but effort has to be there. Definitely.
Yeah.
Effort has
It's
to be.
and it's so true, Prabhu, because we go above and beyond, out of our way for anything for material to enjoy, like actually I've even come across situations where not even material, even if it's something spiritual, like, but we are going to enjoy. It's not like we're going to do service, like, for example, I've come across situations where people, here in the devotional process, they will drive 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to go to a big program for kirtan just to sit and enjoy, but they will not make that same effort for service.
Right.
The equation doesn't add up.
Correct.
It doesn't add up, because again, he, even by going just to sit, example, like just like what Prabhupada says, just to sit and remain idle, even though we're taking the effort to go for a spiritual function, but we're sitting idly and enjoying, but in that same mood, just to making that effort to do service or do anything, service that's not idle, it's a whole headache. But yeah, absolutely, Prabhu. We cannot sit and not do anything. It doesn't work that way, and just like what Shaurabh said, also he said, even while going to kirtan, it's not the correct mood. Absolutely.
If one goes in the seva mode, this is the seva, suppose we are reading the Bhagavatam, that's the seva, we are like worshipping, serving the Lord. If we go that mood, like this is my seva to listen the Lord, then it's different platform.
Yes, well, that's a good point, Prabhu, because sometimes we just go for these kirtan events and all these retreats and whatever. It's more like, let me go and let me just sit and enjoy, but it should be, what am I doing service? What's the service involved in it? Very good point. Actually, that's so true. It has to be in the correct mood. It has to be in the correct mood. It shouldn't be, I'm going to go sit and enjoy and come back.
Yeah, because it will be the so indriya priti, tara nam kam. Like it should be the Krishna indriya priti. What likes Krishna?
Yes, very good point. Absolutely, I agree. Absolutely, it should there should be a purpose. And another, Saurabh was saying, actually, him and Jit Mitra had a very nice talk with Vishwagata Prabhu about kirtan. Saurabh, do you want to share what did Vishwagata Prabhu say?
That will be wonderful if you're able to share.
Yeah, I would like to hear, but I don't know whether he can speak because he's in the office.
Right.
He can't speak, it looks like it, but I would really want to hear what did Vishwagata Prabhu say about kirtan, a nice talk. But probably he can put a post, draft the whole thing out and share it with us later on. I would like to hear what Vishwagata Prabhu, because I know Vishwagata Prabhu's point of kirtan is completely in the mood of service. He made a specific point that the vibration of your tongue should be louder than the instruments. Wow.
Good point. Yes.
Very good point.
Yes. Main thing is chanting, and instruments are not main thing. Vibrations.
Very good point. That is a very strong point, because Prabhu, you see, it goes back to the point that we're saying, right? We just go to the kirtan and we just sit and we hear and we just enjoy without moving. And even if we move, it's more like what they call in the movies, lip syncing.
Yeah,
it's like lip syncing, But here he's saying that our tongue should vibrate louder than the instrument, so that is seva.
Correct.
Using our tongue in service, and each one should be singing. It's not like you're playing instruments and not singing. Wow.
That's actually repeating what Srila Prabhupada made that comment. This is Vishwagata Prabhu's comment is actually Srila Prabhupada made that comment sometime back. In fact, there was a pastime that one of the Srila Prabhupada disciples described in this videos that's recorded about the memories of him. And he said he was in his room. He had gone to he traveled and he was with the devotees, And the room that they'd given him, and below the room, the next floor down, was the temple. And they were playing, the Buddhists were playing kartals, mudanga, and singing, and the kartals were the mudanga were very loud. And he said, the instruments should not overtake the voices. He just kept repeating, the instruments should not overtake the voices should be like that. So then those that were with him, they went and told Prabhupada the same. So this is, so when Srila wrote that point from Vishigadapa, then I jogged my mind to remember that, yeah, that's actually Prabhupada, that comment. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for sharing that. Prabhupada memories are so powerful. Thank you for sharing that. And another point is that every kirtaniya I have seen wants people to chant, not sit and play instruments and go in meditation. Absolutely, because we are not Babajis to go into meditation and trance, you know, we are so fallen. So we need to be chanting with the kirtaniya, not just sit and play. And in fact, I've seen situations where they just sit and they don't move the lips at all. You know, we should be using our tongue to really chant, you know, because like Vishwada Prabhu said, it should be louder than the instruments. That's a very nice point. Saurabh, thank you for sharing that. Well, now that we know Nitya Gopal and Prakshit Prabhu, we can encourage our congregation to use the mouth and the tongue to chant and not just do lip syncing. That one we'll leave it for the movies. They are very good at that.
Unless you chant, that connection will not happen. You will not feel the mercy, and it is the process. It's process. When you chant and you feel that connection, and that's how you can, you know,
yes,
feel the, you know, ecstasy. That's the process. You like how a child cries for mother. Similarly, we should cry for the Lord's mercy, and one day we'll be able to see that, you know.
That is so true, Prabhu. That's a good point you mentioned, because if we do not move our mouth and our tongue, if we do not use our tongue to chant in kirtan and to sing in kirtan, there's no connection. You're right. There's no connection whatsoever. And also he says, Vishwagata Prabhu says that kirtan is Krishna's glorification. So these are very good points for us to really, really learn, that when we sing in kirtan, it's not just, you know, for fun. We are glorifying Krishna, you know. In fact, he should be able to hear the syllables, not the instruments. Absolutely. And one point he was mentioning above, that he was watching Madhava Prabhu, the devotee from was it New Jersey Madhava Prabhu, or are you talking about the Kirtaniya Madhava Prabhu, Saurabh? And he was saying that he was performing kirtan, one devotee in front of him, the Kirtaniya Madhava Prabhu, okay. He was performing kirtan, one devotee in front of him was playing the mridanga, was not singing. So Madhava was pointing him out to sing, and he sang 3 to 4 times. He poked the guy 3 or 4 times, sing, sing, sing. So the kirtaniyas really understand that when we sing in kirtan, we have to move our tongue. You know, and also Vishwagata Prabhu said, kirtan is Krishna's glorification. We just don't just stand there and just do lip syncing.
There is no way, if one is not singing, he will be part of part of the, you know, whole chorus, or the part of the whole chanting. Unless one is singing, one will not be part of it, because he will not even feel the, you know, joy or ecstasy, or he will not be go to the next level unless you chant.
Very true. Yeah. Because like you said earlier, that means there's no ruchi.
Exactly.
There's no ruchi.
The taste will not come. Yeah.
The taste will not come. There's no ruchi. And when there's no ruchi for chanting, then the ruchi for service is also not there.
Correct.
You know, if we are not chanting in using our tongue in kirtan, and you're just sitting, you know, like sometimes I've seen, even in our temple, I've seen, you know, something on the women's side, and I have to work on that. Is, you know, they're just standing, you know, and they're not moving their lips. I'm thinking, no, you got to sing. You're glorifying the Lord, you know. But when there's no ruchi for singing, then there's no ruchi for service.
Correct.
It goes hand in hand. Hand in hand. But these were very good points you mentioned, Saurabh. Thank you for sharing Vishwagada Prabhu's points with us. This is really giving us a lot of, at least for me, a lot of food for thought. And we have to work to encourage our congregation. Prakshit Prabhu, Nitya Gopal Prabhu. Actually, Nitya Gopal Prabhu, when he comes dancing, he makes everyone dance. Thank God. Him and Saurabh.
I cannot
Now-
dance if I am not singing.
I know that, Prabhu. But the thing is, you do both very well. You got a good sync with that. You got a good sync with that. Saurabh was trying to cover you for 4 weeks, but I think now he said missed him, and now he's got his partner back.
Yeah, I was watching it. He was doing wonderful job, you know.
Oh my God, you should have seen him. Oh my God, he's really, amazing. So now we got, all of you back, and we just have to encourage more people to just sing in kirtan and not just stand and watch and not sing, because we're glorifying the Lord. So that was a very good point. Thank you. Saurabh, what you shared was very helpful. Now we can use that, and encourage and teach our congregation. Thank you. Any other points? Ram Babu, do you want to say something?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Haribo.
Just one point, when it comes to mood, not only in chanting, it doesn't matter whatever service we do, we need to involve all our senses. Like even when we're doing the prasadam serving or prasadam or cleaning of the temple, all our senses, like we should enjoy the service. It's not like, oh, today's my turn, like tomorrow is my turn. Instead of that,
I agree with you, Ram Babu.
so instead of that attitude, it doesn't matter. It only not only chanting, but any other service that we do for the Lord that involves mopping or anything.
Yes.
Let all our senses be in it and try to enjoy it. If it is not doing in that attitude, like in the Bhagavad Gita, it says what is Sramayaka Kev, just that will not yield anything. Just waste of life. I mean, I don't want to say that thing.
No, that's a very good point, Ram Babu. Prabhu, that's a very good point. Excellent point.
But normally, sometimes we only just we only concentrate on the chanting other things, but not about the service. Also, we should have that kind of mood.
Yes, we should. Like Ram Babu and I, we always talk about this, whenever we go to a temple. Kara Prabhu and his wife, Mona, right, Ram Babu? They are not on anything, but every single Sunday they clean, right, Ram Babu?
Yeah, yes, Mati. As soon as they're prasadam done, normally we'll chit chat, we'll talk all the things, but they just go into the right away into the kitchen. They try to, even the mood of them is they want to finish the prasadam early as soon as possible, just eat and straight away go into the kitchen.
Such a wonderful mood.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
Oh, yes,
example.
Nitya Gopal. Kara and his wife, and they're not on any service team, not at all. But every Sunday they go to the kitchen after eating fast and they go clean. And like Ram Babu said, it's not like, oh, it's my turn, so I have to do. It's my turn, I have to do. They do it every time. They have never, it's like, and like you said, we have to enjoy the service. That's right. That's very true, Ram Babu. We have to enjoy the service because yesterday, I believe, yes, Prabhupada was saying, right? Everything about Krishna comes from Krishna. The book, the chanting, the bead bag, the Bhagavatam, the service, everything is Krishna. So even service is also Krishna, right? So if we do service every time it comes, we're getting the mercy. But if we keep thinking, oh, it's not my turn. So whenever we say it's not my turn, it's like saying, I don't want the mercy today.
Yeah. Mataji,
right, Ram Babu?
Yeah, one more thing. Actually, we touched topics. So when we talk about this thing, not only service, but so in the temple, like my way of this thing is everything that is used in the service is a property of Krishna, like the matter, like even the plates, spoons. So suppose if you say, like if you feel that something, I mean, like maybe it is just only one prasadam, just go for the simple plate instead of 5 compartment plate. In that way, we are saving it's not like something like money, not money, just we are saving the Krishna's energy or this also.
Yes.
And one more thing is like whenever we eating the prasada, try to see that wherever you are, try to clean the place. These are also part of the Krishna movement. It's not only sometimes only we give the chanting, but other parts of life we don't give importance.
I 100% agree with you, Ram Babu. And it's so true because I've come across situations too where devotees, they chant, but when it comes to others, they are very bad. And I agree because, like Prabhupada says, a Brahmana leaves the place cleaner than they found it. So it's very important that we leave the place better than how we found it, like you said. So when we sat down, we were eating, there was nothing on the table. But before I'm leaving, there is something on the table, I have to go clean it. So we have to leave the place better than the way we found it. So it's very true. It's not only chanting, you're right. The service attitude should be, everything belongs to Krishna. The plate, the paper, the tables, the chairs, the electricity, everything belongs to Krishna. And I think the more and more we think like that, the more and more we'll appreciate that this is mercy. It's such a strong point. And I also like the point that you also mentioned, Ram Babu, is that we should be looking for service, not just, okay, it's not my turn, so I'm not going to do it. No, we should always be in that mood of wanting to do service and do it in a proper mood, like you said. Do it in a proper mood because that is mercy, and even if there is, even if it's not my turn, but I should be in the mood of, but I want mercy, I want mercy, I want mercy. As soon as we say, oh, I'm not on the roster for today, so I don't want the mercy, then we won't get the ruchi. You see? So yes, I agree 150%, Ram Babu, that it's not just only chanting, it's more than that. We have to clean our hearts by service, and we leave the place the better that we found it. Even we, wipe the table, everything belongs to the Lord. Everything belongs to the Lord. I 100% agree with you on that. Absolutely. Thank you so much for bringing that up, Ram Babu. It's a very, 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 very important point. Very important point. I think it's a point that we really have to meditate on and work on to really see service as mercy.
I've been like thinking about this thing, even I want to talk you. And in the Sunday school also, youth also, you need to like teach these things also, so that these also should be part of like our Sunday school life, so that youth will get enlightened on this. Otherwise, because I sometimes see that I observe that in the prasadam, right? Sometimes people just don't care about, the spoon, they just throw it away. One glass can be used for entire program. Like people just drink the water, throw it away, and again take the another glass, right? Same glass for entire this thing, right? So that kind of thing. I mean, if I see things, not sure how they will take, but coming from you, maybe at least.
It's also the training, Ram Babu, and you're right. We need to train the young people to see everything as Krishna. Like I was remembering one devotee, and she's I think she's about 31 years old now. She was born in the movement. She's my god sister's daughter. Her name is Ladini, and she lives in Philadelphia. DC. When she was a little girl, she would come with her parents to the kitchen with her mother. This was in Gitanagri. And whenever we'll be washing dishes or doing something, she was about, I think, 4 years or 5 years old, Ram Babu. Ladini will tell the adults, you're wasting Krishna's energy. That 5-year-old girl was telling the adults, you shouldn't do it that way. You're wasting Krishna's energy. We are like, oh my God, this 5-year-old girl is correcting me. But you're right. We have to train our young people that everything is Krishna's energy. It's so true. Like yesterday, I went to the temple. Was it yesterday? Monday, Monday, I went to the temple to do morning service. And I saw 4 bottles, that drinking bottles.
Yes, Mata, that is where sometimes just don't care about it. Like they just take off the bottle, and when I clean this thing, that's why I actually, to be frank, Mataji, that water dispenser, everything, it's not like I want to do it myself. That's why I came up with the water dispenser, even the cups. Even that also, I want you maybe to have some kind of
I will say something about it.
permanent structure where people just
Yes,
take with the glasses. That's it. We
that's a
don't
very
want
good
to-
point. Yes.
Yeah, I try to in every occasion. That's what I have to, because every time you ask me, oh, this is the festival, you take care of the water bottles. I said,
Yes,
look,
yes.
I'm not going to. At least some kind of
We will start using that,
recycle.
Prabhu.
So
Very good point, because I saw 4 bottles, half water, half empty, and just putting that in the trash, I was feeling heavy-hearted. I
It's
said, oh my
not-
God, Krishna's energy. I was feeling heavy-hearted. I said, oh my God, this is waste of water. Not in one of it is just like, just 1/3 is empty. There's a lot of water, but who's
all the water bottles when we clean, right?
Yeah.
Everything, like, so much of it.
And it's like, see, if we waste Krishna's energy, and at the same time we are depending, but we are not taking care of Krishna's energy, then it blocks the flow of mercy. You're right. That's a very good point. I think this is something that we have to address to all the teachers, to start training the youth, to start training the children from a very, 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 very young age. And also, unfortunately, to teach the parents to teach the children. It has to come from that also, but yes, good point.
Yeah,
And I will start,
even the same thing
addressing that.
when it comes to prasadam last, because I see that when I take the trash, 20 of the prasadam is like wasted, Nataji. So
Oh, Krishna.
people take whatever they need first. Case if they need more, they can come back instead of taking it. That's where I said, wow, every time I see so many things wasted. In the plate also, when we do take the plate, see that we ourselves eat everything. There should be nothing left, clean sweep. But sometimes I see people wasting
It's
so much.
painful. It's really
So
painful.
Mother.
It is this is Krishna's, see, and also that's Krishna's mercy. That's Lakshmi Devi. You're right. We will start addressing that, and we will start training the adults and their children. So thank you. I mean, I really appreciate this point, Ram Babu. I really do, because everything is mercy, and we're not really we are wasting the mercy. We're throwing the mercy when the mercy is coming so freely towards us, so freely. It's really sad, that we see prasadam, and whenever I see a prasadam thrown in the trash, I always think of my early days when I was very, very young. My father took us to when my father was transferred to India for his work, and he was working in Bhubaneswar, Orissa, and we were in India, I think southern part, for a while, and I used to see small little kids running to the trash can to get food. And whenever I see prasadam in our trash cans, I think of that same incident in 1978. I literally remember that same vision. So we have to train our children and parents, because I think, sometimes in America, not many times, we get spoiled and pampered. That, oh, it's, but then we forget what's it like in other countries. So we have to start training our children and the parents, especially the parents with the kids. And then, so this is definitely a good point. Thank you, Ram Baba, for bringing it up. We will definitely start addressing these points. Amazing, amazing points. Mercy comes in many ways, and and I like the point that you said we use all our senses, so we cannot waste it, in frivolous stuff and wasting Krishna's energy. Everything is Krishna's energy. And I'm pretty sure Prabhupada talked about that in the class yesterday. Everything is Krishna's energy, everything. So thank you so much. That's a reason why Krishna has you in that service, Ram Babu, so you can help us to remind others. So thank you so much. And any other points before we end the class? Amazing, amazing points. How to use Krishna's energy in the right way.
Very good point from the Ram Babu Prabhu.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Excellent points, Prabhu, which we have to really work with our devotees and start training them to start, learning and respecting and seeing everything as Krishna's energy, everything. I remember a pastime where one devotee, This was Prabhupada's pastime, and I think it was Upendra Prabhu. It was in a pastime, and Prabhupada was upstairs or downstairs. This was in India, and someone slammed the door. And it happened first time, Prabhupada kept quiet. Second time, Prabhupada kept quiet. Third time, they slammed, and Prabhupada said, "Who is that?" And I think Upendra Prabhu said something, and he says, Prabhupada says, "The wood of that door is Krishna's energy. Don't slam it, close it."
Correct.
He even said that. He said, the wood in that door is Krishna's energy. Don't slam the door, close the door. So again, we need to train our children, especially with Kali Yuga being so crazy. They take everything for granted, everything, so we need to train our kids. Everything is Krishna's energy. Even the toy is Krishna's energy. Everything. Even the clothes is Krishna's energy. Everything. Yes. Very excellent point by Ram Babu. Excellent point. Thank you so much for bringing it up and reminding us to be more cautious of Krishna's energy and Krishna's mercy, because prasadam is Krishna's mercy. So thank you so much, Ram Babu. And thank you. Okay, there's a last comment here. It's basic Vaishnav etiquette. Yes, it is. Sad that I need to be reminded about it. We all need to be. Thanks. That's why we have Ram Babu there. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all for your wonderful, wonderful discussions, and thank you for being alert, for reminding us to be aware and be alert of Krishna's energy, and how we should use everything in Krishna's energy and not waste it, and how to depend by not just sitting idly, but using it in Krishna's service according to and remembering the Lord. And also, I want to thank, the point that Prakshit made, that how everything is planned by the Lord, the rain going to the clouds, and then, the water from the sea, everything is planned by the clouds. Beautiful discussion. Really, really appreciate this discussion. We look forward to seeing all of you online tomorrow, and tomorrow Chaitanya Charitamrita. So please do join us. Vanchokaptibhyascha kripasindhabhevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful day.
Hare Krishna. Mataji,
Hare
if you can,
Krishna.
Mataji, if you can stay for 1 minute, I have some update for the
Yes.
extra paper supplies.
Yes.
Just keep.
Yeah, let everyone else leave.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bless you, Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ram Babu, go ahead.
Yeah. So Mataji, that thing, actually I uploaded onto the site. Maybe you may talk to them, because when I went a couple of days back, they said something is missing. Maybe if you can talk, maybe you can.
I'm going to call them.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
so
can
I'm actually yesterday
yeah, you can be persuasive and see that it is taken
Got
care
it.
of. Why I'm saying is because next 2 weeks we have like Hari Temple has a big festival during the same our Radhyatra day.
Okay.
They have the Vajarohan ceremony and their anniversary also.
Okay.
And next week, which is July 1st and 2nd, Sai Temple has a big Ashadha Purnami, first Guru Purnima festival.
Okay.
So when I go to the restaurant store site, I see so many people from the other temples are coming. I'm just worried about the shortage of paper supplies. If we do,
Got it. I got your point. Yes.
Yeah,
so I
that's
will
why
call
I'm
them now.
Because some things I'm ordering online. Every day I'm spending some I'm spending online also, where some deal is there. So yesterday you must have seen that that igloos for lemonade got delivered. Okay.
Yes.
And even I updated also Manindra Prabhu so that he can take care of it.
Got it.
And the other thing is, Mataji, whatever the paper supplies I am buying, those are the estimates from our previous Radhayatra experience, only for Prasadam feast only. The individual stalls, they need to come up the estimate. I cannot say my stuff, I cannot share, because mine is very calculated. Because during the Prasadam, if I am having the place shortage, that will not be good enough. That's why normally
I agree with you.
Whenever I buy the stuff for the Prasadam feast, I don't keep it in the temple also, because they get